but it leaves as a gas. All right? Or a vapor. Go ahead, you finish discussing. We'll come to something else. Look a little louder, Mr. Simpson, because the air conditioner is on and we can hardly hear you.
Your condensing unit fan blows the side through the condensing coil to remove the heat.
Yes.
The condensing unit houses the three parts replaceable by a
Don't worry about
wire,
it. Yeah.
the AC connector,
Contactor.
or contact.
That's it. This is the AC contactor he's speaking of here. All right. Go ahead.
The start / run capacitor.
Capacitor. This is it here. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the condenser fan motor. The condensing unit also houses the compressor, but only Pro can replace that. The coil has no parts and be served by a wire.
All right. Now, that's just a little information about the anatomy of your central home air conditioner. That's all it is. You can see the inside. You can see the letter A, and that's what now?
Disconnect box.
That's the disconnect box. B is what?
Condenser unit.
Condensing unit. So we have here. All right. The disconnect box we have here. And over there, that's our disconnect box. C is what?
Condenser fan motor.
Condenser fan motor at the top there. And this is a condenser fan motor here. All right. Go ahead. E.
Compressor.
E is your compressor. You can't see it from here, but it's inside of that condensing unit. All right. F. Evaporator coil. This is the evaporator coil here.
Oh, you got one out. That's
Isn't
one
that
out.
a compressor right there?
That black jump.
Is that one out? Compressor?
All right. Here's the compressor. Excuse me. This is a compressor here. Yeah, that's a compressor. All right. There are different types of compressors now.
It's also on the paper too.
What is that?
Compressor.
Okay.
Right here. This right here. That's the black.
Yes.
What is this? You said?
Huh?
The evaporator coil.
Evaporator. Yes.
This is your evaporator coil. This is your coil you will find inside your house at your furnace. On the top.
So that's a refrigerator.
Oh, that's right here.
Huh?
That's right here.
Yeah. This is inside. This is outside.
I think that's
Now, normally, they don't normally be that close. They're usually sometimes 10, 15 feet apart inside your house.
Why?
Huh? Because sometimes that's where they set it inside your house. That's where the room is, where they have the furnace room, you might say. Yeah.
This is a coil, and this one is also an evaporator coil too.
Yes. Yeah. Now, this here is your window air conditioner. Same thing. This is your evaporator. In the back is your condenser. All right? Very good. Right. And we told you that in the summertime, when you're feeling the air coming out of that condensing unit, it should be what? It should feel hot. The air should be feeling real hot coming out the back of the window air conditioner. Okay? Now, for the condensing unit outside, the air should still be coming out hot, right? All right, very good. And if it's not hot, you know you have a problem. All right? All right. We stopped off at the evaporator coil. F is our what?
G, I think. G.
Oh, G.
Furnace filter.
Okay, yeah, G, furnace filter.
That's the AC filter, right?
All right, here's the filter here. Yeah. Now this unit here, where would the filter go here? it would go here, in this unit here. Alright? And usually the furnaces will go on which side? The return or supply side?
You said the what?
Who said supply? The return
Like,
side.
what was your question? I mean, what was
The
your
filter.
question?
The filter always
Filter
go on
always
the
going
return
on the
side.
return side, yeah.
Let's see. Okay. And the next one is
H.
H. Now I put this in myself, and that's the blower motor at the bottom. Where's the blower motor in this classroom, class?
Right there, right?
Where?
Oh, no, that's a blow motor fan.
Where? All right. That's your blower motor there. This is your blower motor here. This is your blower motor here. Normally, not always, they work. Normally, they're at the
Yeah,
bottom,
top too.
but not always.
Yes. Everything ain't.
So if you see them at the top here, this is sort of in the middle here. All right. Now I assume this was a heat pump here. All right. This is the I think this is the indoor unit for a heat pump because you can see your evaporator is here. All right. This is your evaporator. All right. Now these are what? What are these here, class? Those are heating elements. Somebody has said this was you're here. I said we're going to talk about this in a minute. All right, here again, this is a heating element. This is what heats up your house. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. All right, this is a heating element. That's how your house, if you have electric heat, this is what you have. All right? The same thing here. If you have, this is a heating element here. That's how it heats your house. And this is, I think this is a secondary unit for, I think, I'm not sure what that is. Huh? What was that?
I think it had both, like electrical and
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Bathroom, I go downstairs and go get a pen.
Go upstairs and get a pen. I'll give you a pencil.
Yeah, I got one.
You got one?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay, where were we, class? Okay, oh yeah. And I, what's I? Last one. All right, that's the condensate drain line. All right, everybody see that? All right, the condensate drain line. You see that, Mr. Simpson? You see it? Condensate drain line. How many, do you have a central air conditioner in your house?
What you mean, something?
Air
Yeah, I
conditioner.
got central
Like
air.
you can,
You have the outdoor unit?
oh, no.
You have one in your house? You have central air. So you've seen a condensate line, right? What's it made of? You're not sure? I want you to go down in your basement. You have a basement, right? Go down in your basement and just examine your unit. Just look at it. And in fact, if you can, take a picture and bring it back to the place. You know, and show a picture of your condensate line. Now, do you have a floor drain right next to that condensate line? You're not sure. Okay. If you don't have a floor drain, then what should you do? Where's that water
Get
gonna
that
go?
hose, right? You gotta get that hose.
A hose. And where the hose gonna go?
No. We said that we should dispose it under. We shouldn't leave it out because of pollution.
Okay.
Possible pollution.
So where would it go?
There's a drain pan?
No, I said if you don't have a drain, a floor drain, like on your paper, you see a floor drain.
So, like in the attic, you're not gonna have a floor drain, so you're
Right.
gonna have like a pan maybe? Like in the
But a
refrigerator?
pan, this is the pan here. That's what catches all that condensation right here. And this is where it comes out. Comes out here. All right? So my question is, on this paper here, you see it going to a floor drain.
Yes.
But if there's no floor drain, where would you, how would it work?
Like it's
Should
the
be
same.
connected to some kind of pipe in the plumbing that takes it out,
Okay,
just like a
you
refrigerator.
close,
Underground?
you close. Where?
Underground?
No, not underground.
That's what I said. Oh, it's on my
You can take it outside, but how do you take it outside?
Yeah, I'm typing it.
Piping it? Okay, well, how would it go outside? You mean to tell me you're going to run a pipe from the condensate line to outside your house?
No, but you can add it to another line that's already in the house.
All right, let me tell you right now what you do. You add a condensate pump.
conversation.
You have a condensate pump. And the condensate pump will sit right down where that, on the side of that air conditioning unit, somewhere, where that condensate will run out. And the condensate pump will either pump it to a sink in your house, or it will pump it outside. Usually they have plastic lines, plastic flexible hose lines that will allow you to, move it, bend it and take it wherever it's going to go. But you must have a condensate pump. All right. Now, I'll tell you this: you might get a call. Somebody say, "I got water all on the floor." What do? Water everywhere.
You
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
pump.
pump.
Pump it up.
Huh?
You got a pump.
So you already have a pump.
You wanna clean the hose first, it might be dirty and
The hose. All right, you could do that.
Yeah.
But let's say this: sometimes this thing here gets clogged up pretty bad. There's a lot of dirt and slime that comes up in the pan. Trust me, a lot of dirt and slime, scale coming in. Okay. Sometimes this thing can be stopped up. So if it's stopped up, you can add what is called condensate tablets, and it'll break that slime and stuff down to more liquid. All right, it'll break it down. You have those pills, tablets they call them, go in there, or you put bleach in there. Now, if you don't put bleach, you put bleach to make sure it comes in the tray. Usually, these things are made of PVC pipe. And PVC pipe, you have what is called a trap. So you put enough bleach so it'll sit in the trap. All right?
Leaks.
Bleach. Yeah. Sometimes you can use that. Sometimes you can just vacuum it out. Sometimes you can take your hoses off or cut, disconnect it here and get a vacuum and you have a wet vac and just suck it out like that. And sometimes your condensate pump will go bad. Your condensate pump is like a toilet. And that's what it's called, a float. Y'all seen a float inside of a toilet tank? All right. Yeah, it goes up and down. All right. Sometimes it gets stuck, right? The toilet just keep running, right? And that's what causing you to spend money on your water bill. Your water bill is gone sky high. But sometimes your condensate pump will go bad. And sometimes it's just that the float gets stuck. So sometimes you may have to just exercise the float. That means pulling it up and down. Okay? You're exercising the float. All right? So, that's the condensate. Everything we talked about, we're going to cover it again on condensation and blow motors, everything. We're going to cover it again. I just want to give that to you to see the anatomy of air conditioning. And like I said, if you have a central air conditioning system in your home, who have a central air conditioning?
Yeah.
You have one, Miss Wilson? Who else?
Yeah, but
You?
I'm in an apartment though, but it's still
Okay, in your apartment, do you know where your condensing unit is?
it's in the building.
Yeah,
It's in the building right there.
building, but
The
they
first
don't
floor.
give us access.
They got a
The door is always
they got a
locked.
vent in
Just
front
on
of it,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
hot when you walk past. It's like, damn.
yeah.
And they got a laundry room downstairs too. Right? There's a laundry, there's a washer and dryer. That's it. Same.
Okay.
One washer and dryer for the building.
Right. Now, if you do have central air conditioning, I would love to see you go outside, look at your condensing unit, go inside, just observe. Don't touch nothing. But if you break something, you're going to blame it on Mr. Block. Oh, don't do that. Just look. Okay? If you can, take some pictures and bring it back next week. I want you to show us how your condensation is dumped or eliminated. All right? You don't know whether you have a floor drain. Did you have a floor drain?
I'm not sure because that's in the.
I think I had a floor
Yours
drain,
in
right?
the attic. Or you have a condensate pump. Because there's no floor drain. If you don't have a condensate pump, then you might have a pipe, that plastic pipe, you pipe it in somewhere in the house or outside somewhere.
So we can use the condensation pump
Uh-huh.
to the flow drain.
No. If you got a floor drain, you just dump it in the floor drain. That's all.
Hey, Mr. Backwood.
That's all. You don't need to.
You don't need a pump for that.
No.
Just
Look at your paper.
You see, I got a heat pump.
It's going right to the floor, right?
yes.
Okay. What's your question?
You said I got a heat pump or a boiler. Remember I showed you, man, it look kind of like one of them. You know,
This is your hot
I just
water
remember
heater.
I showed this is hot water is. You told me I had a hot water
This heats
heater
your
or a
hot
boiler.
water in your house with
Yeah.
the tubs, with the
Yeah,
kitchen.
for my hot water.
You wash your hands, you know, warm
Hot water
shower.
heater.
Now, this is a gas, right?
And
This
it
is a
drain.
gas hot water
Like you
heater.
drain, right?
And this is an electric hot water heater.
And that's what get drains too, right?
Huh?
They get drains too, right? They got a drain at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a hose here, you can hook up. Now, this is your heating element. This is what heats up your water if you have electric hot water. All right? Now, there's two. One here and one here. Yeah.
So
And then you can troubleshoot this, warm it out, see if it's working. Sometimes they go bad. Somebody say, man, I don't have hot water. Look, you can take this out. You go in there like that. All right? You take it out. Set your meter on ohms, continuity. Check it out. See if it's any good.
Turn it on.
Make sure it's on.
No.
Now, test it. Make sure it's your audio. Test it.
You gotta take your caps off. Take your caps off, man. Yeah. Screw it a little bit.
Screw it.
You gotta screw it.
Screw it on.
Yeah, that's true, right?
All right, now you touch them together. You got it on audio?
You got an audio.
Oh, no. You got to hook them up. No, you got to get anything down.
Yeah, you gotta see it look like well,
Okay, now, test to see if this heating element is any good. This is an electric heating element.
yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty good. So, electrical students, HVAC students, it's your job. Test this here. It's your job to wire it. It's only two wires, class. It's only two wires. A black and a red. It's 240 volts. You put those two wires together, put a wire letter on it, and that's $100, $200. Nice little chunk of change, you know what I mean? It's easy, man. There's only two wires.
You talking about the thing just pulled from right there, right?
Huh?
The thing just pulled from right there. That's right.
Yeah, you pull them out. Yeah. You need a
Screwdriver.
wrench or something to tighten it up and put it back. Yeah.
I'm still trying to understand the difference between them. Besides the heating element,
What about it?
how will I know the differences between the gas and the
Okay, the gas and electric.
They got a note on there.
Like the gas, we have the gas valve and all that right here. You don't see one there, right? But here you see your gas valve. Right? That's how you tell the difference. Alright? You don't see any electrical here. Top, right?
oh,
That's how you tell the difference. Yeah. Easy, man. Alright, one last thing before we get ready to go, class. We said we're going to deal with this manifold deal today. We're talking about pressure. Right? Now, who can tell us a little something about the purpose of this manifold gauge? This is a refrigeration manifold gauge. Mr. Simpson?
So tell you like how many degrees is cold, hot, how many pressure,
How much pressure you have? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
is that a test?
No, it doesn't control anything. This doesn't control anything.
Like, you want to use this to find out what you talk about, but the ESI,
Yes, PSIG,
ESIG.
pounds per square inch gauge. Now, you see you have two gauges here, right?
no pressure, impact rate,
All right, the blue side is what?
no pressure.
Low pressure. And the red is what? High pressure, right? So you put this on the low side, and you put this on the what? High side. Now,
On your gauges, right?
now I want who would like to put these gauges on the service point? Do you know where the low side is on the service point and the high side? Remember we told you that one line is larger than the other, right?
The low
Yeah.
side and the line
Alright.
side.
The smaller side is
The
the
low
The
side.
bigger line is low pressure, the smaller line is high pressure.
Great.
Yeah,
Alright.
smaller line.
So, who want to be brave enough to hook it up?
Go ahead.
All right, come on. You hook it up. Okay, we got you.
Like you putting up into so red is the high pressure and that's the smaller to the sound is that the sound is so that's already on. Yeah, make sure that's already on. With the tight.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Yeah.
Still got refrigerator.
Oh, no, refrigerator. These lines are wide open.
These are pressure gauges.
Yeah.
This is 2 gauge.
Yeah, you got two scales, right? All right, now, this is how you would test the pressure in the system. This is where you hook them up. This is the low side.
It was the code.
This is the high side.
I'm sorry.
All right. Everybody see this? You got to know this now.
The
Better
low
hook them up.
side red. I mean, the high
They
side
change
red.
all
The high
this
side
is the way
red.
how they come all of the
And it
time.
goes to the
Do they
tool
use
that's
pipes
smaller.
change?
Huh?
The thicker tool is the
This is a
low
master,
side.
they should be the way how they are.
No,
It
just
doesn't
look at the
matter.
line,
Doesn't
how
matter.
big it is, which one is bigger.
Yes,
The bigger the line,
okay.
the lower the temperature.
That's a better way I would understand it than to make it, because it's never always.
Yeah, the bigger the line, the lower the temperature.
The bigger is a blue and the
Now,
smallest.
what should the temperature, what should the gauge pressure be if we're using HFC? Oh, I forgot to get out the paperwork. I gotta do that in like 5 minutes. Get on the paperwork. For those students who are taking the 608 test, make sure I do that. In 5 minutes. Okay. Now, what should the pressure be if we're using R22 on the hot side? What should the pressure be on the hot side? What was that? 200 and what?
240.
About 290.
290.
Yeah, 290 on the suction side. And what about the low side, the suction side? What should it be?
100,
No.
10, 40.
All right, remember the pressure temperature chart. The pressure, huh?
180, 190,
No. You close.
140.
No. He said 50. He's the closest one. 60.
70,
Huh?
68,
68.5.
68.
68.5. If we're using the refrigerant R22. Now, we know R22 is being phased out. A lot of old units still have it. The new units have 410A. But guess what? 410A is going to be phased out like R22.
What you say for the again? 65?
68.
68.5 and
Now, if we're using 410A, the temperature will be the pressure will be much higher. The pressure for 410A on the high side would be about 475 pounds. So you look at your gauges here, if you say 475, these gauges are old. I have to get new gauges. These gauges are no good because it only goes up to 500 psig. And we told you that 410A goes up to about 475. So guess what? If this is a dirty condenser, the pressure will be higher. It could be about 520, 510. Guess what? It's only 500, so it will break this gauge. I couldn't use it, okay? But this is the only gauge I have, so I bought this in class. This will let you see the two different types of gauges on the low side and the high side, and you get the different pressures associated with it. The suction pressure on 410A will be what? The low side pressure using the pressure of 410A should be how many?
that's what I'm trying to find out.
Huh?
Is it good to 300 or something?
300?
I'm just, that's what I have to remember.
I mean,
300 or something.
No, it shouldn't be.
See, I don't have the chart with me. It's in the book, so.
No, it should be 118.
118.
118 psig. All right?
Somebody said
That's on the low side. All right?
18 on the low side.
Yeah.
And the high side should be what?
475. These are ideal pressures now, but it could go
Higher or low?
much higher.
Higher.
You don't want it to go too much lower, but it could go higher. All right?
475 was better.
Yeah. So look, we'll come back on this gauge because look, there are different types of ports, service ports. Right here, we have different types of service ports. Put it here. This is the receiver here. All right. And here you have what's called back seat, front seat. These stems. We'll go over that next week. But I want to give this out. Those in class who are interested in taking that universal 608 test, please raise your hand.
more attention.
This is the information here that is